You have 68 wins. You cannot 69 Mina.
Hey everyone, it is the center of attention, Brittany Brooks, and you are watching Simply Reliable Studios.
Come on over, Simply. I'm being see, earlier I said something stupid to him, and now this is my receipt. Okay.
Sabu's just sabotaging you.
Yep. He sure did.
Hijacking.
Yeah, he's taking over.
Hijacking is a better word. You're right.
Good luck.
Shout out to Simply Reliable Studios making their Symphony debut, sponsoring this match and the entire Dragon Kai demonstration.
Heyo, this is Jack Cartwheel. You are watching Simply Reliable Studios.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Noah. I believe in Datula.
The Meltzer of the multiverse. Who the fuck wants to compare themselves to another? How much of a mark do you have to be? You couldn't even pick a professional athlete. You went with a fucking journalist? Grow up, man.
We just want to say thank you to Simply Reliable Studios for voting us as Tag Team of the Year.
Of course.
Because you know what they say, right? If you can't swim, you're bound to drown.
Tonight, she is sponsored by Simply Reliable Studios from Orlando, Florida. She is everybody's favorite BFF, Izzy Marino.
Get it? Got it.
Saturday. You know what that means? The Sumo Studios is alive. Back here once again, bringing you continued coverage of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament as we bring you in tonight on this Saturday night where it's all right for a fight with the continuation and the conclusion of the semifinals for the women's Owen Hart Foundation tournament as we continue to forge forward towards Forbidden Door following the events that occurred this morning on Stardom's The Conversion, as well as other events, of course, in CMLL that have honored Tiger Mask that also might come into play here as we got Mistico in action, Zack Sabre Jr. in action, and of course, we forge also towards crowning a new TBS champion, the first ever TBS title survivor of the fittest, as Kris goes one with Mina Shirakawa. That and so much more tonight ahead on AEW Collision. So welcome everybody once again to the Simply Reliable Studios and welcome once again into the pre-show discussion. Hello everybody and welcome back in here once again to the Simply Reliable Studios. You know what this is. For I am the Simple Man of the Simple Brand, the voice of SRS for Great for all things professional wrestling. Damn it. And my name is Noel Foster. So thank you all for tuning in. As always, please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. And if you want to dictate the conversation, super chat or PayPal the patches is as simple as that. Of course, Collision is on tonight via TNT and HBO Max. Good to see Nathan Banks and, of course, Hassan, Tudo TV, Gamer Terrell, also in the chat. Appreciate you so much. Thank you all so much for continued patronage, passion, and ongoing viewership. And happy birthday, by the way, to your cousin Andy. I hope that it's a glorious one. Let's go ahead and look towards the card that we have tonight. As I said earlier, and also please remain #spoiler3 or you will be banned. As here at the Simple Studios, we look to be integral and reliable. And I'm also #spoiler3 because I don't doom scroll or follow news feeds. It is what it is with me, the Simple Man. As I said, we have Athena versus Maya World. This will be the third ever singles encounter underneath the AEW ROH banner. Of course, last time these two shared the ring together, Maya World was the last victim of Athena in the first ever Survivor of the Fittest as Athena escaped with her Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. But one of these women will punch the ticket towards Forbidden Door to the finals of this year's Owen Hart Foundation tournament, where Mercedes Monet, the CEO, awaits to see who goes all in Wembley. We also have Zack Sabre Jr. bringing his warm-up and bloody techers forward here in the States as he prepares for a dream encounter with Kenny by God Omega, a rematch from G1 Climax 28, and he goes one-on-one with Adam Priest. This will be the second time these two men shared the ring together, as the last time they shared the ring was in a multi-person tag. We also have the Young Bucks and Trios action against the Lethal Twist, the Elite, the Elite. But before I say anything further, I am never alone, but I'm also with somebody I deem far more elite, because she's yours, she's mine, she's our Canadian friend, Ash. Hello, Ash. Boss. How are you this evening?
I'm good, thank you.
It's so good to have you in the AEW commentary booth as I run down the card real quick, because I know that the fans love to hear your opinions and also your techniques behind one of your favorite young punks in the business. But you also want Mina. And, of course, stop where it's at on Saturday night as Mina, Shirakawa, and Kris Statlander go one-on-one once again, this time to see who qualifies for the TBS Championship. Survival of the Fittest, of course, Kris Statlander, a former TBS champion. Mina Shirakawa still looking for her first accomplishment.
Oh my god, both of them are okay. Wow. It's like,
I feel like Ash's gonna go. You're fickle. Yeah, you're fickle. That's what you are. You're fickle. But
it's called indecisive.
Okay, fair enough, Canadian. Speaking of which, we got another Canadian, Jericho here, going face-to-face with Tommaso Ciampa, and we'll see who seizes the moment, whether it's Tommaso Ciampa or Jericho once again punishes him on the mic, or maybe these two throw fists. Something tells me we're setting up a one-on-one collision that's going to go beyond verbal tonight. I'm just saying. Business is going to pick up with these two, and I'm just going to leave it out there. Speaking of business, they hurt people. The Hurt Syndicate are back in action since Double or Nothing after Bobby Lashley and Son of Bench were on the winning side with Team Jericho. I'm going to imagine what the business plans involve for the Almighty and the Standard of Excellence with MVP's strategy. Speaking of strategy, the bastard Pac has set a strategy to seize the IWGP Global Championship from Roughneck Shota Umino, claiming he was never meant to be a Death Rider, nor will ever will be. And of course, that title is to be defended against outside invaders. And Shota Umino, as of today, made it official. He has accepted the Bastard's Challenge. Pac looking to give Shota Umino an example of what's going to happen to him, possibly at Forbidden Door, and maybe seizing that title. And also along with that, we have Dante Martin taking flight against Mistico, what should be a high-class, high-aerial Lucha Libre exhibition. And so much more tonight, Ash, on AEW Collision. And of course, folks, you can watch all of us via HBO Max or your local cable or satellite provider. As of course, we're giving you the entire coverage tonight. And shout out to the tournament commentary team that are currently covering GCW, or preparing to as we speak. So that being said, Ash, we got less than 2 minutes away from Collision taking the airwaves. Are you ready to go tonight?
Oh, this is fun. I've been catching up on the women's Owen Hart tournament, and I think I'm all I've watched all except for one match, and then I'm all caught up.
Fair enough. Hazuki giving the CEO one hell of an effort, though, in what has been my favorite women's match this week before Ring of Honor and Stardom, of course. Show me again why I love professional wrestling and the Joshi circuit. Damn it. What an incredible effort, an incredible showcase for Hazuki. But again, one of these two women has a CEO waiting for them on the highest platform that's Forbidden Door to determine who goes all in. Athena already has a singles win over Maya World and has already pinned her twice. Maya World, though, has taken the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion to the 10-minute time limit proving ground and is the only competitor in Athena's career to do so. And with Athena coming off that insane successful title bout against Siri of Stardom, where she nearly lost her arm in the process, I almost wonder if Maya World's Cinderella story doing this not only for her love of the business, but on behalf of her family and the name of her fallen brother that encouraged to be a wrestler can surprise us tonight. And can the It Girl rock Athena's world? And will Athena be booted from the tournament once again? Does the fallen goddess rise this time to the occasion, or does she get her wings clipped? You're muted.
Okay. Funny how you mentioned about Mercedes versus Hazuki, because that's the one match I haven't watched yet.
You got a lot of time to invest in that one, I'll tell you that much. It was a hell of a deep affair. But that being said, Ash, again, Athena, everything outside Ring of Honor has been her undoing. Now, she did get her win back against Shuri on Ring of Honor Global. I was thinking, by the way, the 200-plus of you that watched that, by the way. God bless all of you. But again, this has not been a favorite stage for Athena, but Maya World, she was basically a willing ride-in. Despite the fact she went through tragedy, she is one more win away from maybe achieving the ultimate victory in her young career as Hyan and Maya World continue to transcend as not only tag team competitors, but as singles individuals. I mean, I'm just waiting for Hyan to pick the next person from Marvelous to go one-on-one, because that was so damn good. So what do you think of Maya World's chance tonight against Athena with that familiarity and maybe coming into this better condition after Athena's brutal championship defense against Suri?
Do you see her like how long has this been since the match she had with Siri? Because that could also play into effect or the nagging injury she got from there.
Well, considering Global Wars Cincinnati, of course, the Andrew Brady Music Hall played host to Dynamite last week, Wednesday, if I'm looking in real time. It's probably been, I would say, close to maybe 10 days removed from that. As, of course, we go inside the Sugarland Arena for Collision. And it looks like we're going to kick things off with a super kick party with the Elite taking center stage in our opening act. Time for a trios match. And I'm sure we'll talk more about that and so much more here when it comes to this. But again, the wear and tear, the physical tear on Athena, and the mental warfare that Maya Wood has to be going through are going to be the intangibles of this women's match. Now, what's going to be the intangibles of this trios match? You tell me, considering the Young Bucks are coming up a loss against the Dogs, who the Dogs, of course, have put the names out there for the AEW Tag Team Championships. And Cage and Cope are back with a vengeance and have given that opportunity at Forbidden Door. But the Young Bucks, of course, being familiar to that territory, former three-time AEW Tag Team Champions and reunited with Jungle Jack Perry. The Elite looking to be in fine form tonight, maybe, against the Lethal Twist. Looking to send a message maybe to TMDK, who they confronted on Wednesday.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like hoping that maybe at Forbidden Door we get like some type of match between the Young Bucks and whatever variation of TMDK they have. So right now we got Mikey Nichols and Bad Dude Tito, but who the third person is, that's a different story.
Well, I mean, you know how deep TMTK goes. You got Hartley Jackson, you got Shane Hayes in GHC, Global Heavyweight Champion, though, for as you know, so he might already have another busier routine. You got Rike Oyowa, you got Kosei Fujita. Kosei Fujita, of course, will be involved in a fatal formidable contenders match to challenge Joe, possibly for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. There's a lot of different members, so I'm very curious to see who goes for that Forbidden Door. And again, folks, stay tuned as, of course, we'll be covering Forbidden Door. Whether it has to be or not, I don't know, because, again, Batty Pearl is over passions, as always. It's just good to have her in the All Elite booth, because I know that not only is she All Elite, she's also a Shineon Japanese pro wrestling fan. So this right here is a great combination. Speaking of great combinations, though, I will say this. While chocolate and vanilla might swirl well in a waffle cone, the Lethal Twist has had a bit of mixed fortunes, I would say, Ash, lately across Ring of Honor and AEW.
Yeah. How are you watching Collision right now?
I'm using HBO Max. What are you currently using?
Okay. I don't have HBO Max here in Canada. I'm trying to find Collision. The only way I can watch it is through USA Network, but right now it's been infiltrated by NASCAR.
Oh, that's great. You don't have like My AEW where you are internationally or something else like that?
Is My AEW available in Canada?
That I don't know. You would have to check, I believe.
Let me get back to you on that.
Good thing this is really the filler match right now. When you figure that out. Because again, bloody hell, you better be involved here in Zack Sabre Jr. You're just going to talk about Zack Sabre Jr. while I'm just calling the match.
I'm trying to find it.
It's your time, pal. Tranquilo. You got plenty of time because we all know how deep the Young Bucks go with the super kick parties. The bell rings are underway. And again, folks, you can be part of the conversation using hashtag AEW Collision. And if you haven't already, be the voice of us. Share us forward. As, of course, we represent SR Studios. So follow us today at SR Studios 2024 on the X. And again, let people know we do this for the biggest shows, PLE's favorites and specials across all things professional wrestling and independent wrestling, particularly. Not to mention, you could, of course, not be a dickhead and subscribe to Baddies Young Bucks today at Bad for Wrestling. Do it now and stay tuned for Bad Burger Breakdown ahead of the G1 Climax. Nice combination here by the Young Bucks getting the better of Lee Johnson with the backbreaker, netbreaker combination over the leg. Lee Johnson, of course, coming off that great exhibition match against Konosuke Takeshita for the AEW International Championship at Ring of Honor Global Wars in Cincinnati. And so far, the Elite in fine form tonight, isolating Blake Christian and Lee Johnson in respective corners, looking for the respective Reading Bulldogs and a high five in the middle. And Jackson in fine form here tonight. Of course, we saw again this past Wednesday on Dynamite, Zack Sabre Jr. has once again graced the AEW stage, confronted Kenny Omega alongside Team Decay members that Ash pointed out, and the Young Bucks and Jungle Jack Perry were there to equal the numbers. As, of course, we prepare for this dream match to come forward next Sunday at Forbidden Door, where Kenny Omega goes one-on-one with probably the best still ongoing technical wrestler of the planet, Zack Sabre Jr. That and so much more from San Jose, California, Forbidden Door. Next Sunday, folks, we'll be coming here live at the Super Reliable Studios. And Jack Perry on the move with the Tope Suicida. Good grief. So we had a miss, caught up against the top rope.
So unfortunately, my AEW is not available in Canada.
Oh. So you might need to invest in a VPN service, but all right, plan B or plan C, eh?
Yeah, I gotta try to find a VPN right now because I have no way to access Collision right now.
You have no way to watch Collision right now? Not a single way.
No.
Oh dear. Well, hey, you still bring a batty analogy, but now we know going forward you must have a feed for Collision. But hey, you still bring more than enough to the table here, because we all know the tumultuous history with Jungle Jack Perry, the Young Bucks, at one point trying to take over EW, go into business for themselves, a selfish generation, and of course, they've tried to remediate for their sins after they lost everything, and Jungle Jack Perry came back with a friend and a newfound aspect on life. Speaking of coming back, how about coming back with a vengeance, as Cage and Cope, two great Canadians you know, Christian Cage and Adam Copen, will defend the AEW Tag Team Championships against the Dogs, Clark Connors, and David Finlay, who they've compared basically to a younger version of themselves, despite the fact they want to spay and neuter them. Rick Knox, of course, the referee for this contest, instrumental in the Young Bucks' career. And of course, we know that a lot of other people here are occupied right now at Forbidden Door, involving in that 12-man steel cage match. Now hung up in the Tree of Woe, and right now the Lethal Twist trying to take advantage. About to get a shot, cheap shot of Blake Christian, isolating Matt. That sidestep, Jack Perry, excuse me. And right now Lee Johnson, the drop kick and the head scissors lock. Takes down Matt. A running drop kick takes down Nick. Jack Perry still tied up behind Blake Christian, the Tree of Woe. Lethal on the dive to the outside, now Blake Christian. Tiger feint kick. Running drop kick combination, springing out of the corner with a moonsault, and the Lethal Twist right now is rolling. This swirl of a six-man tag continues here on Collision. Stay tuned for us. Restaurant Quiet Perazzle and Picture. Fuck television. Nothing changes when it comes to television, me. I don't care what the product is at the end of the day. I'm just saying. I am what I am. I am but a simple man. Anyway. So right now, Ash, you're figuring stuff out. Any progress, or what are you thinking about doing here? And good to see Matt and Safed also in the chat. Oh, this is fun, though. I mean, just blind coverage. I mean, again, you are the color of the list. I mean, it's literally an exhibition match that we're kicking off with. I'm just saying. So
I mean, what better way to start off Collision than a hot tag match featuring the Young Bucks and Jack Perry?
I mean, constant work ethic, constant workhorses, and again, gives Jay Lethal, Blake Christian, Lee Johnson a great opportunity here to showcase themselves and see what the Lethal Twist brings. Not to mention, considering we know the conglomeration of AEW Trios champions, and we've already seen the Lethal Twist target the Ring of Honor six-man World Tag Team champions, and your boy, Dalton Castle, and the Outrunners. Wouldn't surprise me if the Lethal Twist are trying to send messages towards both Trios champions here, and getting a win on the Young Bucks and Jack Perry would speak volumes. Plus, again, the Young Bucks right now are coming in the behind position. They have not had a great win record so far.
Ooh.
Of course, it's the first time we're seeing Jack Perry and the Young Bucks in Trios action, though, after quite a while. I will say that. Anyway, as we got a full commercial, I just want to remind you folks, of course, we have GCW coverage going on. Shout out to our other correspondents that are doing that. Stay tuned after we are through with our simulcasting festivities for the shenanigans, the weekly moderate conversation wrestling matters that will ensue as we look at the mass aesthetics of what was TNA wrestling, or what is it, or what it's becoming. As that will be our main event, and so much more ahead tonight on the Saturday Shenanigans, hosted by Regular Wrestling, JJ Williams. That'll be 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live across all Super Reliable Studios feeds here tonight. So stay tuned for more on that. As, of course, right now I have my Bob Ross moment with this meditating drop screen that says we'll be back soon. Have you ever wanted to paint a tree?
All right, I'll be back. I'm just trying to find a way to get a VPN.
All right, Ash, keep me posted. You should do that's Walt. Well, I guess that wouldn't work for you either. Sling probably doesn't work either up there in Canada. Canada services, much different despite Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling being back on TSN. And we are back here live on Collision. Again, thank you all for tuning in on a fine Saturday night. Opening contest between the Elite and the Lethal Twist. Jungle Jack Perry and the Young Bucks. Right now, Jack Perry legal for his team. Irish Whip to Lee Johnson. Jay Lethal, Blake Christian. Triple team offense here with the chop block. Triple team move here. And right now, Jay Lethal looking for the figure 4 leg lock. Passed down to him by Ric Flair and Double J Jeff Jarrett as Blake Christian, Lee Johnson, the swirl, mocking the Young Bucks with that pose. And Jungle Jack Perry in a world of trouble here. Of course, Jack Perry still probably looking for a way to get against Mark Davis, who not only took his AEW National Championship, he bumped him out of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. And again, at Forbidden Door, folks, we have so much coming up. Kenny Omega, Zack Sabre Jr., the Dogs versus Cage and Cope. Thekla, who invaded Stardom this morning and attacked the president. Again, Taro Okada is safe nowhere in the world. How's that for continuity? Will defend that title against one of Stardom's best. Starlight Kid enters the Forbidden Door for the first time ever and an all-elite ring. And MJF will risk his AEW World Championship on the line in opportunity against Mark Briscoe. An insane 12-man steel cage match as Jungle Jack Perry went for a broke with that takeover to Harris off the apron to the floor. Critical moment here to make the tag, and Jay Lethal playing the interception. We will also see the finals of both Owen Hart Foundation tournaments. What God? Rebound Lariat wiping out Lethal at Forbidden Door, as well as John Moxley defending the Intercontinental Championship against the most wanted, Bandito, after Bandito got the win on the Death Riders this past Wednesday on Dynamite. And now Jay Lethal taking off the apron. Trying to cut off the momentum of the swirl. Irish whip to Matt Jackson. Doesn't leave the clothesline. And wipes out both Lee and Blake with a double flying lariat. And again, Forbidden Door Week, folks, you see at the bottom of your screens, if you are watching like me, we have a Dynamite on Wednesday. We have a Collision on Saturday. The countdown will follow Collision next week, Saturday. And Forbidden Door is next week, Sunday, with a buy-in 7 p.m. Standard Time, followed by exclusively on pay-per-view 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Locomotion, double stomp combination, suplex with a bridge, backstabber, synergy, poetry and motion by the Young Bucks here. And again, Matt with the Forever Compromise back, sending Lee Johnson on a one-way trip. All aboard the Locomotion suplex train into the corner and wiping out Blake Christian. Nasty landing. PK wiping out Jay Lethal. And Jay Lethal neutralized. Blake Christian hung up across the top rope. Young Bucks possibly looking for that double stomp, slingshot. Power bomb, stand out. Cover, two, and Lethal with the save at the last second. Red hot start here tonight on Collision. As always, it seems right now to be the story of the format on Saturday nights with the hot start and the even hotter closer. And of course, things heating up. We will be taking things to the beach with the AEW Dynamite Beach Break Wednesday, July 8th from Clearwater, Florida. Yeah, beach break actually on the beach. Ain't that a crazy concept? Stay tuned as we cover, of course, that unique show and that unique venue, folks, here at the Simple Apple Studios. Now, the Young Bucks in position, opposite corners, swirling the drop zones. Took too long as Lee Johnson and Blake Christian took advantage. And allow the opponents right now to regain control. Young Bucks might be sent for a ride. And right now, Matt and Nick fighting off Lee and Blake. Posse getting the better. Sunset flip, attempted powerbomb combinations. Blake Christian driven down, Lee Johnson driven down. Buck stepping through, stepping over. Double sharpshooters. And the sharpshooters on both Lee Johnson and Blake Christian. Jay Lethal was looking for a save. Instead, got snared in the snare trap. Triple submission hell for the Lethal Twist. Will they tap out? Blake Christian, the legal one, forcing his way to the ropes and preserving the match. That close, as even Jack Perry just said that. Good hot start here in the Lone Star status. We are in Sugarland, Texas, of course, for this Collision. Tag made. Still tempted to actually go to the Detroit show, but again, Perry's over passionate when it comes to money. Jay Lethal right now, and Jungle Jack Perry squaring up here. Jay Lethal, of course, face of the franchise of Ring of Honor, former Ring of Honor World Pure TV Tag Team Champion, swing and a miss. Lethal, collision. The back breaker into the flatliner. And Lethal right now might be looking for the lethal interception. Gets the boot up, though, as Nick Jackson with the waistlock. Standing waistlock exchange. Matt Jackson sit up and over. Catches the waist of Jay. Jay duck underneath. Sunset flip. Suplex combination. Getting the better of Lethal there. Sunset flip into a German suplex. Nice deadlift using his little momentum against him. Smart ingenuity by the Bucks here. Now squared up against the swirl. Lee Johnson, Blake Christian on the move. Double running cutters catching the Bucks off guard. Every time you think someone's got control, the third man comes in and plays the difference. And a double lethal injection on the Bucks by Jay. Super kick. Wiping out Jack Perry. Lee Johnson, Irish whip. Sends Johnson to the corner. Back elbow strike. Now Johnson out of the second. Moonsault. Look at the Dragon Sleeper. Jack Perry up in the Fireman's Carry. Now Lethal and Blake up in the top rope position. Double stomp. Rollins McCauley driver. And Jay Lethal with the Macho Man elbow drop. Triple offense. Cover by the Lethal transfer. Major win and kick out by Jack Perry at 2. Wow. Unbelievable. The fans are already chanting, this is awesome, and I agree, this is professional wrestling. This is our opening match tonight on this AEW Collision. And right now, Jungle Jack Prairie in a triangle of trouble, seeing up towards the lethal twist. Trying to fight off the world here, and Blake Christian hooking up. Oh, no! Friendly fire as Jack Perry ducked underneath, chopping away against Jay Lethal up against the ropes. Blind tag made by, I believe that was Matt Jackson. Sit up and over. Back body drop hard on that raised partition ramp. And once again, looking for the Lethal and Jackson. Sit up and over. Super kick. Super kick party engaged. Oh, jeez. Blake Christian and Lee right now joining the super kick festivities. Combination offense wiping out the Bucks. Like Christian Lee Johnson looking to spring to the outside. Bucks meted them, though. Cutting them off the pass. And meanwhile, Jungle Jack Prairie hoisted forward, up and over. Oh, man, a flying knee. Clocking Jay Lethal. Stereo super kicks to the swirl. And Jungle Jack Prairie with the double poison Rana to Blake Christian Lee Johnson. Reverse Hurricane Rana takeover. 2-for-1 special. Everything going in favor right now of the Elite as Jack Perry to the top rope moonsault wipes out Blake Christian. And there's the Meltzer driver counter 2 and the Elite with the victory. Woo.
Damn, sounds like I missed a solid tag match.
A lot of solid synergy on both sides there, Ash. And the Young Bucks and Jungle Jack Prairie get a big trios win tonight on Collision, sending a message towards any trios champions and maybe TMDK in the press as we go backstage with Mina, Shirakawa, and Kris Statlander, and Harley Cameron Lexi Nair, of course, preparing for the TBS Survival of the Fittest qualifier. Mina saying always the respected stat. We love Mina. I told you so. But it's like Mina has not shown a title in AEW. Oh boy. Mina saying she needs this, but Stats saying she was made for this. Harley Cameron trying to play peacekeeper here. And the best woman win? That's neutral. And Harley Cameron also has a qualifying match next week. See if the hands get shaked here. And so far, we are shaking, and so is Harley Cameron shaking something else. TBS Championship. TBS Survival of the Fans qualifying match next year on Collision. Go to commercial break. Fuck television. God damn it, Harley. I'm fine. Okay, I'm fine. What else? I'm fine. Boo. Got heat flashes there. I mean, it is summer. We are approaching the summer solstice, the hottest. Hottest day of the year. Damn it, Harley. Hottest day of the year. Hottest day of the year, of course, being tomorrow. Harley Cameron makes you feel more than just her wrath. I'm just saying. When she has people shake it out better than Taylor Swift on screen. What? Anyway, as we get ready for our next match here, Ash, and you, of course, continue figuring out what you need to do. Again, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Mina Shirakawa says she needs this, but Kris Statlander said she was made for this. And Kris Statlander, like I said, she has been proverbially, in my opinion, the locker room leader, the worker of the AEW originals in the AEW Women's Division. Former TBS champion, former AEW Women's World Champion, first woman to hold both belts, by the way, before anybody else in this company, and one of the biggest win-loss records here overall in AEW, despite the fact she's dealt with over 600 days of injury with double knee surgery. Also coming off the loss against Miya Yamashita, who is now the Pro Wrestling Eve International Champion, by the way. I encourage you all to subscribe to Pro Wrestling Eve today on YouTube and go watch Eve 150 and support that all-inclusive, all-women's wrestling promotion, the strongest women's wrestling promotion out of the United Kingdom. Shout out to Dan Reed, Emily, and Will Ospreay, all their works. But again, Ash, could it be a night of upsets? Could it be a night of first? Or can Mina get the better of Kris Statlander? Or once again, is Stat where it's at? Damn it.
I would love to see like Mina try to go after the TBS title because it's a fresh new face in the division for the TBS title. Because right now, Statlander doesn't really need a title.
You think she doesn't need a title, but how bad does a competitor want a championship when it drives them in this business? Kris Statlander, who's kind of been trying to figure herself out still, again, even though Mina said, I told you so, and Crystal like being told that. When it comes to Kris Statlander, championships are almost pretty much synonymous with her, whether or not she's involved in AEW primarily. If she's not involved in an opportunity, she's the one that you're trying to get the opportunity against.
True. Like, you can make an argument for both cases, or like for both people.
Well, I mean, I'm supposed to be the play-by-play unbiased guy, but I'm always going to stand by Stat, because that's where it's at, damn it! I mean, again, like I said, Kris Statlander, the age of toxicity was introduced when Fekla got the better of her with a strap match, and Triangle Madness, of course, played interest. Mina Shirakawa previously faced Kris Statlander. Kris Statlander was the AEW Women's World Champion. And speaking of Kris Statlander and her history and other people involved in this match, we go backstage now to Carl Shida, who has already qualified after bringing forward a new submission hold against the real deal Seda Steel.
Ooh, that's going to probably want to make Statlander win because especially how those two had quite a bit of a following out, haven't they?
Well, ever since that Philly street fight where Kris Statlander got the better of Carl Shida, I don't think Shida forgotten it. The best in Shida will be what TBS stands for when Shida wins that title. Shida is hell-bent on winning that TBS championship. I mean, I like the new attitude, though, and it might actually lead her to that. I mean, again, let's not forget, she came back to challenge Willow Nightingale for the TBS championship. Anyway, Harley Cameron, of course, who said that no matter who qualifies or not, it will support you both, of course, is getting ready to be on commentary. Wow. Cameron on commentary. Hello. Harley Cameron's going to be on commentary for Mina Shirakawa and Kris Statlander's match here tonight.
Well, that's
I can imagine where Harley Cameron's heart and mind is right now, considering she very well is going to have to go through one of these two women, at least, in her pursuit of the TBS championship if she qualifies next week.
So who's all in the qualifying matches?
Well, so far we've had Persephone versus Julia Hart, and Persephone won, and we had Zeta Steel versus Carl Shida, and Carl Shida won. I believe this is the third qualifying match of the 6, and right now, Kris Statlander and Mina Shirakawa will join those two in that field, and as we heard, Harley Cameron will also have a qualifying match next week on Collision, as of course July 1st will determine a brand new TBS champion, the first ever AEW Survival of the Fittest match, which is a 6-way eliminator, a staple of Ring of Honor for television championships over the years.
Wow.
And Mina Shirakawa, of course, still looking for her first piece of gold in AEW. Of course, Harley Cameron was the inaugural AEW Women's World Tag Team Champion alongside Willow Nightingale. Still looking for her first piece of singles gold here. Oh, I've been waiting for this match, baby. With all due respect to Athena and Maya World, this is my match, damn it. Castello Night! Kris Statlander, the Galaxy's greatest, the Cosmic Killer, and the second, might I add, TBS champion. Let's not forget she dethroned that bitch in her return at Double or Nothing from that knee injury, as I imposed. And of course, former AEW Women's World Champion, looking to become a two-time TBS champion. Again, folks, this is a TBS Championship Survival of the Fittest qualifying match. The winner of this match goes July 1st to the Survival of the Fittest match to crown a new TBS champion. Referee for this contest, Mike Posey. Bell rings are underway, and there you see by the graphic, it will be a 6-woman field. And the only two that have qualified so far are Hikaru Shida and the Goddess of the Underworld and CMLL Women's World Champion, Persephone. So let's go ahead and talk technique here. Ask, what does Mina Shirakawa need to do to beat Kris Statlander tonight?
So we know Statlander. So we know Statlander is very powerful. She's a very strong person, but Mina has that really good submission-based ground game. She needs to just outwork and outsmart Statlander.
Right now, the headlock being applied, but Mina, again, the power coming to play, driving Mina into the corner, and a vicious knife-edge chop to Mina Shirakawa. And again, Mina Shirakawa has been demonstrating this new attitude also in her in-ring IQ ever since the bloody murder of her forever timeless lover, Timeless Toni Storm, which we still don't know the answer to. And she's vowed to find out who done it. I do wonder, though, how much does that play in her head still, especially with this opportunity right now in front of her?
Yeah, Mina's got a lot to deal with, especially, like, who knows, maybe it was Mina who attacked Toni Storm.
Well, what would Mina Shirakawa have to gain in attacking Timeless Toni Storm if it hasn't produced nothing except maybe a singles win against Rhea Shafir in a no-holds-barred match? Nice tornado over the top rope into a 2 count on Kris Statlander.
Well, Mina can finally be in the spotlight. She's the main character, not the supporting actress no more.
Well, I guess it is lonely at the top, but Mina Shirakawa, I mean, again, I once did say, never has something so glamorous, seems so sinister, but Mina and sinister in the same sentence, that's an oxymoron in my opinion. Now, Mina going up to the top rope, Kris Statlander on the apron, overhead shot there. Statlander again with the reach advantage, and right now hoisting up Mina up on the shoulder, both of them on the apron. This isn't going to end well. And Mina, oh man! Shoulder first on the apron, it looked like, with the drop down. And this match to qualify for July 1st to become the next face of TBS continues at Restaurant Quiet Palazzo on Picture. Fuck television. And of course, Kris Statlander, multifaceted athlete, to your point. Of course, also, as I said, previously was just involved across the pond in the UK in a brutal war against Miyu Yamashita, where Miyu took the Pro Wrestling Eve International title from her. And of course, prior to that, in that Philadelphia street fight lights out match, to your point, Kris Statlander beat Hikaru Shida. And we heard Shida was very vocal backstage and would love to see Kris Statlander involved in this, just to take it away from her.
This is a silly question. How do you use VPN? Because I finally got it downloaded.
So, right, that. So basically, there's like a little user guide. VPN basically connects to your internet connection, and then once you're connected and you build an account, basically you just reach out to a server you want to connect to, and then it connects you basically to that region's services for you to use. And then you would just go to that website based on that server, and there you go. You're into what you need.
Okay. Okay, cool. Because I now have the thing. I'm logged in, so now all I just got to do is just try to find what I'm looking for.
Basically, yeah. So what you're looking for is something in America that gives you a feed to watch AEW Collision.
Okay.
Whether you have to log into a subscription service or log into like a TV portal, that's a whole different conversation. Because, yeah, that's what VPN basically allows you to do. It allows you to use services like HBO Max or like Sling or like from a different country for a very fair price Canadian conversion. And then you literally can watch what you want to watch through that as long as you have both that subscription-based active and that VPN service active. And this is not brought to you by NordVPN, but if you want to try and save a few bucks, whether you're American or Canadian, and you want to protect your own information, invest in a VPN service today and find the best way that you can continue to enjoy what you continue to consume the most in your own way across all forms of media and entertainment, like me with ITV, as I love the chase and British game shows. So go the smart route today, get yourself secure, and say F to capitalism, and try and find a way around those stupid inflated prices for underwhelming content today via VPN service. And right now, Kris Statlander looking to find a way to once again make history, become a 2-time TBS champion. And again, like I said, those Survivor of the Fittest matches are 6-way eliminators. Everybody in the match has to be eliminated till one woman is left. And we are back right now as both women are on the outside here. Statlander getting her bearings on the apron, and Mina Shirakawa finding a way back inside the ring. And both these women roll inside before a referee might close these 10 counts. And Harley Cameron feels so torn right now. That's not the only feelings, obviously. Oh, Mistico, but didn't capture the arm. Takedown, though, to Kris Statlander by Mina Shirakawa. To your point, Mina Shirakawa, of course, disciplined heavily in her young career on the Joshi circuit. Only 7 years involved, by the way. Former leader of her own faction, of course, in Club Venus. Former Wonder of Stardom champion. Oh, the draping DT off the top turnbuckle on the stat. And Mina on the cover, up the far leg side, press kick, 2.5 by Statlander. Nearly got her. Woof. Harley Cameron's as excited as I am. Of course, Mina also former Rev Pro Undisputed British Women's Champion. Again, though, no gold here yet in AEW. Also a victim of Athena's Ring of Honor Women's World Championship run. Still a chance. Oh, man. Vicious pump kick. Mina rebound the ropes with the rolling elbow. And Kris Statlander, that's just hilarious. Wiping out Mina Shirakawa, almost pushing through that punishment by Mina. Pushing through, excuse me. Statlander always in full gear. Low bridge sends Statlander the outside. Mina now looking to take advantage, going up to the top rope. Looking for a high-risk move. Go for broke for the richest reward that you may pursue. Off the top. Cross body. Wiping out Statlander on the outside. Woof. But again, you got to get her in the ring to beat her. I don't think these women are going to take a count out. Aggressive head. And Mina might be looking to go up again here. She's got Statlander in a full position, though, in the middle of the ring. Up to the top rope. Let's see if this pays off. Statlander eats the missile. Drop gets sent up and over on her head. Statlander almost inside out. Shoots the half. Now sits in the cover. Hogan does more. Leg kick at 2 by Stat. Come on, Statlander. Mina, damn it. I don't give a fuck who wins. I love both these women. There, I said it. I'm fickle like Harley Cameron. And Harley's got me down with all the hot flashes. And now Mina might be looking for that glamorous Mina driver. The Dragon Sleeper holding to the deadlift, but Statlander overpowering her. Mina able to skip out the back door. Man,
I love a Dragon Sleeper. That's one of my favorite submission holds.
As long as it's in there effectively. Spam! Michinoku's driver! Cover! 2 above legs! Pick out 2.5 by Mina. Damn!
How often do we see people win with the Michinoku driver?
That would be Micah, of course, who was trained by Taka Michinoku out of the JTO promotion, who uses Michinoku driver and Michinoku driver number 2 towards her wins, including a win over Diamante at Ring of Honor Global Wars.
Oh, sweet.
Now Statlander looking to hook at Mina Shirakawa, pots with a Starry Night Fever, and Mina able to slip up underneath with a roll and gets a 2 count. What a patch. Oh, spinning back fist, turn Kris Statlander inside out. Got down though. Wait a minute. Statlander. Hook above legs. Gets the 2 count again. This is such a good match. Hoisted up and over. Able to duck underneath. And Mina once again up and around. La Mystica takedown. Didn't grab the arm. Now grabs the arm this time. Possibly looking for a submission. No, instead, the seatbelt pin unable to trap Kris. Kris Statlander with the reversal. Trap both legs. And Statlander advances.
Oh, nice.
using Mina's own momentum against her when she looked for the seatbelt, clutched her with a matchbook cover, trapping both legs. Statlander is in. The survival of the fittest and joins Hikaru Shida and Persephone across the field of 6. What a match, though.
Sweet.
I've got to say, no love lost with these two, but a very respectable bout as Mina and Kris Statlander shake hands again. Both these women still the best of friends, I feel like. I feel like a lot of the past has been neutralized at this point, despite all the emotions and all the trouble we've seen with the loss of Toni Storm and Kris Statlander, Hikaru Shida's former tag team partnership, as Harley Cameron hoists both women's hands up. Again, great to see this trio back together. And now we get an infomercial by the Bang Bang Gang about stray dogs and other stuff, courtesy of Rock Hard Juice Robinson. Again, congratulations, Kris Statlander, now part of Survival of the Fittest. What the fuck is this? Spay and neuter for lost dogs. Last time I checked, the Bang Bang Gang are not associated with Bob Barker.
Man, I miss Bob Barker. Bob Barker was such a good game show host.
Rest in peace to the greatest of all time, in my opinion.
I can't believe he got closest to $1 without going over. I can't take credit for that joke. I heard that a lot. I'm sorry.
That should be on his tombstone. Dang it, ass, you bad idiot! Oh, that broke me.
Oh,
Look, she broke me. She broke me. I got broke my ass. What the frick? We go to full commercial break. No, we don't. We go backstage to Japan. I got nothing to say. Damn it. Oh, that hit me hard. Well. Huh. Okay, what's Jack Perry trying to say? Give me around. That's first ever cupped up beverages with Zack Sabre Jr. in Japan. Really? We did one more kindness. I'd like to test myself. What? And I'll have the rest of you next Wednesday.
What's happening Wednesday?
Jeff Perry just challenged Zack Sabre Jr. to a match next week, Wednesday on Dynamite.
Oh, that poor boy. That poor boy.
So it sounds like you think he's going to get hurt.
Oh, absolutely. He is going to get, destroyed.
Well, you might want to say prayers to these two jabronis, because time to pick up business, Ash. Oh, boy. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, former my dad, AEW Tag Team Champions, back in tag team action along with MVP. Business is just picked up, folks. It's the Hurt Syndicate. Oh, boy. Nice knowing you, jabronis. What your names are. They hurt people. They hurt people. Warren Johnson and Zach Mason. Johnson and Mason, not to be confused with Johnson and Johnson, although they might want to consult that firm after this. Dealing with one of the most powerful, complete teams we've ever seen in AEW when it comes to execution and performance. And, of course, the excellence in strategy and game plan that is the manager, MVP. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. The Hurt Syndicate is the best dressed, most complete faction of wrestling in this business right now. Don't at me. Freaking guys look like they're made out of granite, born out of the fountain of youth. Freaking Bobby Lashley should have been nearly damn 50 and running like a damn freight train straight on there at AEW as we are officially underway. Here, get your stopwatch out, folks. Bobby Lashley by now running laps. I think that's Mason. A little bit of hype up here by the almighty former TNA World Champion. And, of course, oh, that's nice, putting the hand out there. Oh, you did not just slap Bobby Lashley. I mean, I understand the Moxie kid, but you realize what you're doing with, right? Former Bellator MMA fighter got goozled Well, the axe handle had no effect. This is the moment where these two young men officially fucked up. Trying to double team Bobby Lashley here. I mean, that's one way to try and take advantage maybe of Bobby Lashley. The chance that they hurt people still running out for this contest. You want to call that Paul Turner and Bobby Lashley on phase, rising out like the Terminator, slowly walking towards center. Shelton Benjamin with a drop down, pick of the leg, and oh god, what a hoisted up! One arm choke bomb! Oh Lord, I love watching the Hurts to get hurt people. And now Shelton Benjamin getting his pound of flesh on the outside, driving this young man against the barricade, against the apron, relentlessly. Sometimes I wonder if the pay is worth it, or the pain, if both. And Benjamin back inside the ring, oh God, sending that man for good flyer miles with the German suplex. All around standard out of the University of Minnesota. An Ohio by wrestling class of early 2000 with the running rising knee strike. Former WWE Intercontinental Champion. Big thrust kick to Johnson. And Bobby Lashley, the spear! Pours that side out. Can you say dominance in 1, 2, 3? Good night, folks.
Absolute power.
They make it look easy. At the end of the day, they hurt people. They didn't break a sweat. And Bobby Lashley used to wear a headband to literally catch his sweats. Good Lord. Looks like MVP is about to address the Hurt Syndicate's agenda of business ahead in the coming weeks. In the great state of Texas, of course, MVP, inaugural IWGP Intercontinental Champion. And, of course, talking to us, the AEW viewing audience. What you just was a commercial. Accurate.
Shit, I'm still trying to find a way, but it's still not letting me, and this sucks.
Well, you know, technical difficulties. You're still bringing more than enough entertainment announcements to the party. Well, now we know, so we'll figure it out next time, and no one's half the battle. G.I. Joe. Don't know how big G.I. Joe was in Canada, though.
Yeah, we had G.I. Joe up here in Canada. I know a couple of my friends grew up watching G.I. Joe.
Fair enough. They don't want to compete for championships. They want to compete for money? Huh? Okay. We're not friends with anybody. We're not enemies with anybody. What we are is businessmen. And we are in the business of hurt. It's fair. If you want somebody mauled, if you want somebody's ass whooped, good. You come see your boy MVP and bring a big old bag of cash. You bring the green and we'll bring the pain. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Hurt Syndicate, and we are open for business. And before we leave, I'll let you all tell everybody what we do here. Yeah, you hurt people. You hurt people. You hurt people. Well, Ash, it sounds like MVP is open for business to allow the Hurt Syndicate to hurt anybody as long as you pay dividends. A very unique business pro quo, it sounds like. Ahead for MVP, Shelton Benjamin, and Bobby Lashley. More than just gold they're looking for. As we go backstage with Skyflight, Christopher Daniels, Scorpio Sky, and of course, Top Flight, Dante Martin and Darius Martin. As Dante Martin, Mr. Inhuman, has a huge 1-over-2 tonight going against one of the best out of Lucha Libre and CMLL's Mistico. And, wait, what? What else? Good news, not just for us, but as whole. Oh, Matt Seidel's back! Okay, been a while since we've seen him. And Skyflight has his back. Of course, longtime running mate out, Christopher Daniels. Of course, coming off a debilitating leg injury, I believe. Good to see Matt Sydal back as we go to a full commercial break. Fuck television. All right. Well, that being said, as we do have a momentary commercial break. Yes, Ash?
Oh, Matt Seidel's back?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. I haven't seen that dude in a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I wonder if his third eye still works. But that being said, I want you all to take an eye towards this. While she figures out technical difficulties, take a look at the further watch-along activities coming along here at the Super Reliable Studios.
And now for a taste of things to come.
And as always, here at the Super Reliable Studios, we truly encompass, embrace, celebrate, engage, pontificate, analyze, criticize, and react to the wrestling. And welcome back in here once again to the Super Reliable Studios. Noel Foster, our Canadian friend, Ash. Of course, here bringing you the coverage tonight for AEW Collision, as of course we conclude the semifinals of this year's Women's Owen Hart Tournament. Since the men's finals are set, we now know we will Osborne versus Strickland, and based on their heated exchange this Wednesday, where words may have boiled the bros' blood, Jon Moxley is once again trying to encompass and remind that words can only hurt you if you let them, and trying to prove that Will Ospreay is stronger, more dangerous than ever, and has the tools and weapons as he's this close to achieving what he wants to do. Wait a minute, why is Nigel McGuinness in the ring?
Oh, hello.
No. Former TNT champion. The Psycho Kill. Oh, he's moderating this face-to-face with Tommaso Ciampa and Chris Jericho. Okay. Let's see what this is about. I love this song. So yeah, you should be able for the VPN app to use either My AEW or Triller TV possibly to watch the AEW stuff when you sign up for a subscription. But again, using any of those services still involves subscription-based pricing. And whatever price Ciampa wants to make Chris Jericho pay for calling him Tommy, I'm sure he's ready to tell him face-to-face. As again, Ciampa called out Jericho tonight for this little bit of an exchange, but almost feels like Jericho wants to test Ciampa and maybe necessarily not want to fight him on his own terms. Of course, we've seen Ciampa right now in the frets that he's pushed towards, of course, one Tony Schiavone, which is probably another reason why Nigel McGuinness is in the ring here, because Nigel is not a man you easily intimidate. We saw, of course, in Cincinnati, Ciampa and Jericho were at each other's throats after the blatant mispronunciation of his name. Oh, boy. 9-time former world champion. inaugurate W World Champion. The influential Jericho! Sing it, Sugarland! And again, just you know what? It's easy to fit on a Titantron. Jericho. Call it what it is. Jericho. Whatever.
Right, it's just one word. It's very simple.
Yeah, simple as that. 7 letters. As Ciampa sits in the corner, as of course Jericho's going to make him wait because you got to make sure you get the sing out. Run away. Whoa! Jericho's showing off his abs tonight here, looks like. Looks like he's dressed for a physical altercation, not necessarily for a verbal conversation. And again, we talked about how instrumental Jericho's been to AEW's professional development ever since day one. As Dante has said, he is the inaugural W World Champion, former FTW champion, former World Champion, master of character reinvention, innovator of 1,004 different slogans, if not holds. There is only one in this professional wrestling business, Jericho. And of course, came back prior to Dynasty after that fallout with Ricochet and the Demand, putting the Demand in their place in his own creation here, Stadium Stampede. It was the night after Stadium Stampede, though, when he finally hit Ricochet with the Lion Son and put him away once and for all, bald, that Ciampa had his moment and took Jericho out for a couple weeks. There you go. It's fired up here. Let's see what we get here between this exchange. They wanted to fight. Ciampa saying the ball's now in Jericho's court. Ciampa. Yeah, Jericho has not been that serious, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Biggie Worthy. Says he did. So it's not on TSN Plus, the USA Network for you right now, Ash? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I could probably try to get TSN Plus because everything else is not working.
Yeah, that might be your best bet, my Canadian friend.
Hey.
Otherwise, you might have to use a server in the UK or Australia and put a subscription to AEW Plus via Triller TV or My AEW.
True.
Which version of Chris Jericho are you going to get? He's trying to dictate that? Well, I mean, which version should Ciampa get of Jericho? Or does he have one that he wants? Either way, Jericho's saying whatever version, the version here is going to kick your ass. Let's see. Painkiller, but Painmaker, Wizard, Influencer. No, we're not going to talk about that one. I was saying this to Chris Jericho he wanted from the beginning. Ciampa Jericho is somebody he's wanted for a long time. An idea? What? July 8th. Clearwater, Florida. From his adopted home 10 minutes away. So Ciampa's challenging Jericho to a match at Beach Break in Clearwater, Florida that is 10 minutes away from Jericho's adopted home, and he wants Jericho's entire family there at ringside.
Oh, wow.
To prove that Ciampa is better than Jericho. That's a bold claim. Jericho accepts. We got our match for Beach Break.
Nice.
In Clearwater, Florida on July 8th, Jericho versus Ciampa. But tonight in Houston. Fire! Security! I know Jericho is not going to just mince words here tonight. Literally go over the walls of Jericho. Ciampa trying to scurry away. And Jericho in hot pursuit, though. And look, oh! And a mule kick low blow to the Jerichos. Oh, man. Tommaso Ciampa found his moment and picked his spot. And apparently that spot's going to become before July 8th. Face the Jericho starting it. Oh, jeez. Up against the steel steps. And I think his knee hit the steps, now being dribbled face first into those steel steps front face partition. The cycle killer has been unleashed. Something tells me it's not going to be a standard one-on-one match come July 8th, if we're already getting this violent. I mean, Jericho was the one that threw the first punch, though, quite literally.
Does Jericho have a faction?
No.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, and Jericho busted wide open after being driven face down that steel plate, and now Ciampa just teeing off against the open one and buying away at it. Freaking madman. It's a bloodlust that Ciampa has for Jericho. An obsession. Yeah, Jericho front inside the ring. I mean, call it whatever you will. Ciampa right now literally has taken his moment tonight at the expense of Jericho and dropping the knee. Uh-oh. And Jericho might not want to turn around. And Ciampa, bang! Golly. Jericho down. And a kiss sealed with approval from a cycle to Jericho, bloodied, battered, and probably brained with that exposed knee. But it is official, and again, we're covering AEW Dynamite Beach Break, which probably won't be as complicated for VPN users. And, of course, that Wednesday Night Dynamite, Ciampa will go one-on-one with Jericho. And, again, he invited Jericho's whole family. That venue is 10 minutes away, apparently, from Jericho's adopted home in Florida, as, of course, we've seen that previously with Brother Nero's drone in a bygone era of AEW. Speaking of a bygone era, the Roughneck Shota Umino, as you know, Ash, was literally Jon Moxley's young boy. But Gabe Kidd came in at the middle with a very powerful, painful message against Shota Umino and all of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And the bastard Pac has picked up the interest from it.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun matchup. And Umino versus Pac, it's going to be... I'm not sure what to make of it, but we know that Gabe Kidd is going to be lurking in the corner because Gabe Kidd has some very choice words against Shota Umino. That this Pac versus Shota Umino match, if Shota Umino retains, which I swear to God, I hope he does, Gabe Kidd's probably next. And who knows, maybe Shota Umino might have to go. We might have to. I know this is like a rehash of like previous things that's going on, but we'll probably get like some involvement with Shota Umino and the rest of the Death Riders going into Forbidden Door, possibly this upcoming Dynamite, perhaps?
Maybe.
Because Shota Umino does have history with Jon Moxley as well, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, a lot of history is going to come forward at Forbidden Door when it comes to New Japan and Stardom. And again, Shota Umino, it's official as he accepted the Bastard's challenge, saying, I'm willing to fight anyone, anywhere. It will be Shota Umino versus the Bastard Pac for the IWGP Global Championship. In the meantime, sing it, my Espanol fans, as Mistico arrives. I don't know Spanish. And Mistico, of course, CMLL World Light Heavyweight and Trios Champion, and, of course, former AEW World Trios Champion. And, of course, coming off that great 8-man tag team win at Ring of Honor Global Wars, as well as a night in CMLL honoring Tiger Mask, who will be retiring here this summer entirely from his wrestling career. I just taking it in. See, I love this environmental element that AEW brings. Oh, that fan knows that song ad nauseum. Well, we are in Texas, so if anyone's going to know this song in the States, it's probably going to be most of those people right there. Is there a better theme in professional wrestling than Mystico's theme? That transcends the world. Bravo! One of the greatest, of course, in the world of Lucha Libre. As I said, Mistico, you might probably remember him as Sin Cara, has been involved in this business now for 28 years. Good to see Mistico back in an all-elite ring. Let's not forget, we went all in Texas last year when Mistico showed up in the Casino Gauntlet match. The reigns were underway. Christopher Daniels, of course, sporting his corner boy, Dante Martin, this very unique first time ever singles encounter right for this contest. The ever accountable Aubrey Edwards. And Aubrey Edwards, of course, who is heavily bilingual now in Espanol. And also, of course, in the Lucha Libre culture, has been primarily involved in AEW's behalf in the CMLL shows. And nice show handshake there. And right now, stiff. Kind of a tie up here, the side headlock. Mystico, of course, also coming up a loss against his tag team partner in IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champion El Desperado at Dominion in another singles dream encounter. And, of course, Dante Martin, Mr. Inhuman, the guy that has somehow avoided more injuries than his brother. We've been waiting for Dante Martin to break out maybe as a singles competitor to maybe go after gold, maybe after the TNT title, maybe after something in Mexico. Nice escape there by Mistico. And, of course, Mistico and Sky Team, of course, of CMLL will be involved in a three-way tag against Shirakawa and Teton of Unbound Company and the Young Bucks at Forbidden Door. Whoa! Okay. See you at Forbidden Door. I'm happy.
Sorry, what?
You heard me? Unbound Company, Shingo Takagi, and Teton forming as they are Pong in a triple threat against Sky Team CMLL's Mistico and freaking Young Bucks. Triple threat match at Forbidden Door.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
I was wondering how the Rampage Dragon was going to be involved in this year's Forbidden Door. I'll take it.
Well, yeah.
Can we just get to next week's Sunday already for the one show I care about that entire weekend? Sorry, not sorry. I'm just saying. Can we just get there already?
You know what's funny?
What?
I thought Forbidden Door was tomorrow.
Well, there you go. And thank you to Tommy, if only 1357 to subscribing. Appreciate you tuning in. Again, Forbidden Door is going to be a grand slam night of professional wrestling and a promotional global-wide delight. And speaking of Grand Slam, stay tuned. We cover Grand Slam Mexico once again at AEW, Ascens Arena Mexico in August. And we've been covering that here live in some of the studios. Mystico in control of Dante Martin. Look in the ground at this high-flying prospect of Sky Flight tonight in this singles exhibition match. The flying torpedo basically almost launched himself like a bullet, the head catching Dante Martin on the shoulders, bringing Dante Martin back inside the ring. And again, for everybody that's tuning in so far, again, use the hashtag AEW Collision, be part of the conversation, and please follow us and let people know we do this at SR Studios 24. Superplex out of the corner, inside second by Dante Martin. Wiping Mystico out. Now goes to the cover, hook of the leg. Gets barely a one count. Mystico grabbing his hamstring, though. Will Mystico be able to rebound off this? And again, Dante taking advantage with the foot DDT. Can Dante Martin ascend to new heights tonight on Collision? Stay tuned. Restaurant Clyde, picture-in-picture, Puck Television. Well, that's freaking awesome.
Nice.
El Sky Team, by the way, in case you don't know, Ash, his tag team partner and current CMLL Trios champion, Hermano, is Mascara Dorada. Mascara Dorada and Mystico versus the Young Bucks versus Teton and Shingo Takagi in a triple threat tag team match at Forbidden Door. Now official. And again, folks, you can stay tuned when we cover all of that and so much more. And also, Simply Predict It. Next week, I give you a foursome of Simply Predict things, courtesy of the Superman's brand, the Simple Apple Studios. So stay tuned and find your brand and follow what you choose if you can, as we Simply Predict and cover NXT, Great American Bash, AEW, CMLL, Stardom Collide in the Forbidden Door, welcoming New Japan Pro Wrestling once again. TNA brings us a Slammiversary, whatever's left of that roster. And the Fed brings us another night of champions in Saudi Arabia, where I'm not even sure what to make of it. But again, we're covering all of that and so much more, and simply predicting all 4 of these shows across all 4 Petitions Leagues and all 4 forums next week here at the Simply Reliable Studios. Stay tuned for more on that. Ash, you getting things figured out on your end, my friend?
It's still nothing.
Okay, so VPN out to Australia, You weren't able to go to my AEW, subscribe to there for Australian Canadian conversion rate, and watch Collision. Well, It is what it is. Now we know technical difficulties. You gotta do research product in case we cover Collision again, my baddie friend. But hey, you're still bringing the conversation, so it's all good.
Of course, the one time I want to watch Collision, I can't fucking watch it because stupid ass NASCAR.
Is NASCAR really on TSN right now, preventing you from doing it?
The only way I can watch Collision is through USA Network. That's how we get it here in Canada. Because I tried looking for it everywhere else, and it's just not accessible. I asked, like, hey, because my remote is voice activated, I go AEW Collision, and it redirects me to USA Network.
Oh, man. That's bull.
Oh, my God. It's like, what the fuck?
I'm laughing with you, not at you, clearly, but
No,
man,
no.
you get the bad hand. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. At least I can watch it tomorrow, I suppose.
Well, you still can talk about it, you know. I mean,
That's true. Yeah, I can provide like some commentary. I deeply apologize. I'm so sorry, guys.
And look, Ash, everybody loves your baddie takes, your personality, and you already broke me. And you know a thing or two about Mistico. And the fact that we're getting Mistico and Mascara Dorada colliding with Teton and freaking Shiga Takagi with the Yamats in a triple threat tag team match for Forbidden Door, you got more than enough ammo for your ammunition when it comes to an analysis with what we can expect from that 6-way warfare. And speaking of fighting through, looks like Mistico fighting for the pain, catching Dante Martin with the Enziguri. Dante swinging for air, springing in with the crossbody as Mistico. And Dante right back up to his feet, though, swinging to miss again. And Mistico, take right to Harris, takes Dante Martin up and around and down as Dante Martin again out on his feet on the outside, and Mistico might be looking to take flight. Target locked, Mistico on the move, and wait a minute. Dante, oh! Tornado over the top instead. Changing the offense, wiping out Dante on the floor. And himself as well. The physical toll of this match, though, starting to show its features here, Ash, on both competitors. And again, as we talk about when we go all in, we're not only going to go across the pond to Wembley Stadium, we're also going to go to Scotland! Glasgow, Scotland, Wednesday, August 26th. Again, tickets available right now, international wrestling fans. Cover 2, count only. So if you want to be part of where the best wrestle live in Glasgow, Scotland, get your tickets now for that AEW event coming your way that night. And right now, Mistico in control. Kudos to Mistico, able to keep himself in this bout. Dante Martin, able to keep himself in this bout. Big elbow right now exchange with Dante Martin. I still think Dante Martin has all the makings to maybe be a future TNT champion. I wouldn't mind seeing him take on Kevin Knight for the TNT title.
Ooh, that would be a pretty good matchup.
And right now, you're saying?
Because the TNT title, they could use like some fresh new faces.
Yeah.
Instead of like, because that's the one thing that's kind of stagnant about the main event scene right now is that we're just cycling through the same people. And that's
yeah. But the thing about this main event scene, though, if we're only talking about the world title, the versus is a whole different context in who could face MJF. Oh, man, both men face each other with a boot and took each other down. I mean, look at the team that MJF assembled for that steel cage. Any of those men, particularly Andrade Igalo, how you know, could challenge him and has never faced him one-on-one. Kyle Fletcher at odds ends with freaking Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight wants a shot at the gold. Kyle Fletcher and MJF. MJF calling Kyle Fletcher a good kid. Wink. Mark Briscoe, who again, continuity, beat him last year at All Out. If he wins that steel cage match, gets a guaranteed shot. Kenny Omega, who still has aspiration to become the AEW World Champion. Will Ospreay, who has a pinfall win over MJF, and vice versa. The amount of people that can go after the AEW World title versus title and blank is ridiculous. And the amount of first versus repeats is also unique and balanced. And you might very well see one of those at AEW Redemption in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, as AEW gives a redemption for the first time ever, Sunday, July 26th on pay-per-view. Anyway, sorry, I got a little bit passionately hot there, but again, did I say anything wrong? I wait for Ash to try and object, and meanwhile, Mistico, standing moonsault, runs into Dante's boots. I will assume she means no lies detected, with her giggle. Schoolboy roll-up by Dante Martin. High roll-up! Gets a 2 count. Woof. Mistico, lucky he didn't land on his damn head there. Now locking his arm. Oh, man, the top rope and eats a chop. And the fact of the matter is, I didn't even name everybody that could challenge MJF or blank for the AEW World Championship. But that's another thing. Nice power slam there by Mistico. Cover with the lateral on Dante. Gets a dose as he gets the left shoulder up. Again, Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay, MJF, they're all at the forefront of who could go into Wembley Stadium as the AEW World Champion in this huge-ass conversation of who could hold the gold during the fall dance season.
Yeah, that's true, because I've been in a couple spaces, and a lot of them put up the idea of that maybe at Redemption we can get Omega becoming champion again, which I'd be all for, but at the same time, I'm just like, do I really want Kenny Omega?
Paragraph for Powerbomb 2 count. Continue.
Do I want like Omega's second title run just to be transitional? Is if what we're to believe, because all roads and directions are pointing towards Will Ospreay winning the Owen Hart Tournament and possibly becoming champion at All In his hometown.
Yeah, keyword possibly, though. Let's just keep that in perspective.
Yeah. I mean, they could swerve us, which I would be all for. Like, because
I don't say swerve, I say, oh, man!
Because Omega versus Swerve.
Up the top, hit the nail leg, deep, and Mistico wins! And you continue your batty fought. What a finish. Continue.
So, because I'm all for, like, an Omega versus Swerve title match at All In if Omega does beat MJF, but I'm also fine with MJF versus Swerve as well. There's so much possibilities. Like, sure.
That was the key word. I want to just pause you right there. The word of the night, as I go my Briscoe on your ass, is possibility. And the possibilities of the AEW Championship and all the wrestling outweighs everything in the other companies world championships. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah, because even though there's multiple possibilities, and sure, we're cycling through the same people, but you can also make the argument that even though we're cycling through the same people, they don't really wrestle each other as often. So that way it still remains fresh.
Right now, speaking of a fresh start, as Mistico gets a fresh singles win here, we go backstage to Bald, The Demand, Ricochet, and the Gates of Agony, Bishop Khan and Toliona, who have basically been eating humble pie since Jericho and them all lost the Sam Stampede match. Apparently, he said his side's agnostic to Keshka's AEW International Championship, by the way. And apparently, he wants to meet him one-on-one and claims that if they were to meet, he would take the title from him. I mean, Ricochet was actually part of the conversation when he first came to AEW, let's forget, regarding that title. So, And, of course, talking about Masvidal being back as well. I think Ricochet found his next target that he might want to try and embarrass, although he's already embarrassing himself. What? I didn't say anything. What? I didn't say anything.
I mean, I, as someone who's chronically online, yeah.
They're chronically online. Wow, that's a hell of a freaking statement. Look at you.
I
You're not wrong, though, to be fair.
I spend way too much time on Twitter, sadly. That's like basically my online home, other than YouTube.
Again, there's a thing on this called power button, and there's also a setting called mute. This is a simple IT service not occurred the Simple Man. Thank you. Coming up next, we see a Bastard in action. Pac will be in action next on Collision. As we continue forward here, and we got a commercial break. Fuck television. Overall, it's been fun, but yes, Ash, take a look at this and then your thoughts towards this triple threat.
Ooh, here we got. Oh my God! Wait, is that CMLL, AEW, and New Japan? What? Oh my God! It's like it's a proper Forbidden Door match. Finally, all three represented.
Well, we already talked about
like 2 goddamn weeks.
Well, all right, Ash, tell us how you really feel right now. I mean,
tis jokes, obviously.
I mean, again, though, and also as we heard, as we get ready for Pac, again, Shota Umino, the new IWGP Global Champion, defending Andrade El Idolo, and just Drew Maloney coming up short. He will defend only his honor and New Japan's lion mark and honor after Gabe Kidd spit on everything that New Japan presented in front of Hiroshi Tanahashi, El Presidente. Not to mention, of course, the Bastard Pac kind of also fallen in love with the excommunication of him from the Death Riders. He now defends the IWGP Global Championship against the Bastard. Let's not forget, Pac was the inaugural AEW All-Atlantic, which then turned into AEW International Champion. And, of course, former Open the Dragon Gate champion. Pac is a legit threat to this title. If Andrade can take it from Yota Tsuji and real Latino man, I would not rule Pac out and surprising us here, especially if you, like, to your point, does Gabe Kidd care about taking the title for Shota Umino, or does he care about sticking it to New Japan? Because that's what Gabe Kidd sounds like right now. It's Death Riders versus the world, not Gabe Kidd and AEW versus New Japan or the world. The Death Riders is its own little bubble in this wrestling business of a 0 fucks, 0 days off work ethic.
Yeah.
Period.
I mean, Shota Umino just recently won the title, so I don't see him losing it, because that's... Oh boy, but I have some choice words about that shit.
When did Andrade beat Yota Tsuji for the IWGP Global Championship? Just saying, Dontaku, May, we're in June. It was literally about a month. He lost the championship.
Yeah, but at least Andrade was there. He was there to hype up the match. He did the tours. Pac, okay, what I'm saying is Andrade earned it. Pac has done nothing to do with it, but other than you have title, I challenge you. Do you accept Umino being fighting champion? Yes, I accept.
Fair enough. I'll give you that. All right. That's a fair point. You got me there. As we got a commercial break here. And of course, speaking of defending honors, titles, and glories, and what could be upsets right now based on who actually wins at Forbidden Door, we also know that the Toxic Spider, Thekla, will defend against Starlight Kid. Speaking of Thekla, she's the sex, while he's the violence. We go backstage to the dogs, David Finlay, and 100% proof Clark Connors, who probably have some very poignant words regarding Juice Robertson's ad campaign to spay and neutering.
I'm looking forward to Starlight Kid versus Thekla, because it plays into the story that they're telling about like Thekla versus the entire company of Stardom, especially with the way she left. There's like, it was like, how am I going to phrase this? Like, yeah, there's just like, there's some bad blood between the two. And
oh, yeah, think?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And what better person to represent the entire Stardom than Starlight Kid, who's I've heard a lot of people refer to as the mascot of Stardom.
She's definitely one of them. I will say that. And I could talk about Stardom all night long, but if you want a better knowledge base for Stardom, go listen to the Joshi Stardom podcast. They do Stardom World podcast. They do great work there. I can only do so much as a fan where I can't watch Stardom World on a regular basis. I have my other ways how I keep on the course with that. And of course, the Dogs are now hyping up that after being door, we're going to take the gold. Well, we'll see. I do wonder, is Gabe Kidd actually part of the Dogs, or he's Death Riders, or both? Because let's not forget, Gabe Kidd and David Finlay and freaking Clark Connors came in as a package.
That's true, yeah. It also adds to the disconnect between like what happens in AEW and what happens in New Japan, because at least for all the rest of the War Dogs coming in together, that makes sense.
To a degree.
On the other hand, that's a different story because I'm surprised they haven't played into this yet about.
What do you mean?
About Gabe Kibb's allegiance to the Death Riders versus the War Dogs.
Well, right now, speaking of the Death Riders, we know that they are a unit on a different level when it comes to a singular frontier, as Pac is escorted in the battle alongside Maria Shafir and Jon Moxley. And again, Maria Shafir, most lethal bitch in this business, not named Ronda Rousey.
Mm-hmm.
When she sparred at Trisha Dora with a tapped beer bottle glass infused barefoot, yeah, she's the biggest bad in this business. And Jay Alexander, you're about to be brutalized by a bastard. Now, Jon Moxley joining commentary, as he usually does. Again, the only man that takes literally no days off, not named Tony Khan, for AEW.
I found a stream. I'm watching.
Okie dokie. So now this can be posted. Okay, good.
It only took like an hour long. I found a stream.
You found it before the most crucial part of your night. Let's be honest here. And I'm very proud of you.
Oh my God. Thank
glorious day to our own Canadian friend Ash, who found a stream. And of course, you all can find your way without paying your kidneys to AEW at a chicken booth or a city near you today.
Yes.
So I love your energy, regardless.
Oh
all right,
God.
so now talk. What are you seeing? What are you seeing? Calm down. Talk to me.
Okay. Thank goodness. I was gonna be so bad. I mean, like, what the F
I love it.
is this BS? Like, the one freaking time I wanted to watch Collision,
right?
This freaking bullshit happens.
It wouldn't be a night without somebody not named me having technical difficulties. Oh my gosh.
No.
All right. Y'all better now. Did you get that out of your system?
Yeah, I just gotta copy and paste the other part.
And Shafir just booted Alexander's face back to wherever he came from. Again, the woman that fears no man, no woman, no non-binary being. I feel like I need to encompass those type of individuals, considering what month we're in. Again, we're all about all inclusivity. But Pac is not looking to exclude any form of punishment towards Alexander ahead of facing Shota Umino. And remember, last time Shota Umino and Jon Moxley confronted each other, Shota Umino said to Jon Moxley, "Fuck you," via satellite.
Oh, wow.
Spinning Soulbot. Yeah, that was years ago. You probably forgot that even happened. And then remember what happened?
Sadly,
the emissary of violence, Claudio Castagnoli, was sent. And Shota Umino surprised us and beat Claudio Castagnoli at Wrestle Dynasty literally last year in January. And there was no Shota Umino or Death Riders communication or confrontation since that day. As both men were doing their own things in their own worlds. At one point, again, Shota Umino was going on his own second chapter. And right now, Pac up to the top rope. Again, Pac is one of the most complete athletes you will ever see. It's like there's no stopping that man's casting. Big missile drought kick. And the agility with his intensity, Ash, is unmatched in this business.
Oh, I think I'm a little bit behind because right now Pac is just back on the top rope.
Well, let me know when you see. What? God, a pumping bomber from England. Let me know when you see that.
What's the pumping bomber again?
You know, the running clothesline from 0 to 800 RPM when he clocks him. Because, again, Pac, the freaking intensity and the velocity of this man's, the speed is what I'm talking about. The speed. Okay. Yeah, let me know when you see that. All right? We're good. Just let me know when he takes his head off. Again, Pac gonna take Shota Umino's head off.
Yeah, I just saw it now.
Shota Umino is also known to deliver a mean lariat, but I don't think Shota Umino has ever experienced something like this because Alexander's in the brutalizer of
I see it now. I see it. He just tapped out, right?
Yeah, he literally just tapped out.
We're on the same team now. Oh,
in fine fashion.
It really took like an hour and a half.
It's all good. It's all good. Shoot, you and I are far more in unity versus these two men that we now know will be at Forbidden Door over the IWGP Global Championship, where it's truly Death Riders versus New Japan, not AEW versus New Japan, and Shota Umino versus his former senpai's friends. Again, folks, IWGP Global Championship will be on the line Sunday, June 28th from San Jose, California, Forbidden Door. The Roughneck versus the Bastards. We go backstage. La Mera Thunder Rosa. Hello. Of course, you've been in Mexico. And talk about Divine Dominion, 100 days that they were tag team champions, which they are. Megan Bayne and Luna Cross, who are unmatched. Yeah, Thunder Rosa's had a fair share of incredible partners. Challenge. Someone from Simon and her versus Divine Dominion for the titles.
Whoa.
Ooh. You have not seen someone like this coming out of the tunnel. Because I don't knock on doors, she kicks them down. Oh, how about that? A little challenge going out there for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions, Divine Dominion, on behalf of the Mera Thunder Rosa, with CMLL involved in their equation. Now, who could Thunder Rosa bring towards them that they haven't confronted?
That's a good
And
question.
where?
Is this going to be on like 0 Hour, or is this going to be on Grand Slam Mexico?
For all I know, it could be at Grand Slam Mexico. Let's not forget we're covering that next month. Again, a lot more questions than answers, but boy, are we talking about all the partners here, including... I'm going to shut up now because, Ash, I think you're going to take center stage, talk about this man that's entering the way.
Oh, thank God I got the fucking stream just in time for this.
There's your dickhead!
Christ.
The Trump man and former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, as we change gears now, Anna Priest going one-on-one with the two-time IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Zack Sabre Jr. And of course, Ash, you and I, well, again, prayers my passions unless you are not busy, because I guarantee if anyone's going to call for Forbidden Door, or it should be you, because cheating on pro wrestling. We're going to get a dream match, revisit from G1 Climax 28, but Zack Sabre Jr. goes one-on-one with Kenny Omega. I'm just going to let you stare at that graphic for a moment.
Yes.
And Jungle Jack Perry called him out next week, Wednesday on Dynamite. Now, Reigns are underway with this first ever one-on-one contest. Referee for this contest, Bryce Brensberg. I mean, Ash, you and I have talked verbatim about Billy Robinson, Naja McGuinness, Minoru Suzuki, Kings of Technique, Bryan Danielson, Bret the Hitman Hart. Zack Sabre Jr., though, the difference between all those men, not named Minoru Suzuki, he still goes to this day, and he goes full time. And he probably is more proficient and hungrier than ever. But he's also fully invested and literally fully ingrained in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's going to be leaving New Japan anytime soon. But if he does join like All Elite Wrestling, I see it happening in maybe like in the next 3 or 5 years or so, because as much as I don't want him to, I know it's inevitable at this point if he does decide to go.
Great takedown there into the head scissors. And right now, both of these men are positioned. By the way, as I said, stalemate. These two have not met each other before in a one-on-one encounter. They've only met each other one at a time in a match, ironically enough, during Las Vegas week. And again, it's official. Jack Perry will take on Zack Sabre Jr. And also TMDK will be in action next week against the Young Bucks. Both matches will be on Dynamite. The go-home Dynamite to Forbidden Door next week.
Nichols. I haven't seen that man in so long. It's just
it's been, yeah.
Mikey. Mikey is amazing. Like, oh my God, you want to talk about like performances?
Right.
That performance he had in the G1 was so good, especially his match against Hinari. Oh my God.
Well, he busted his head hard, I might add. And I think Adam Priest's arm just got busted up.
Chris, fucking flexibility on Zack is just like, how do you do that?
Vegan Hydra, again. Vegan Hydra, fan of George Michael. You know a figure two what Ash is capable of outside the ring with his goofy self. Of course, when you call it Effie's Big Gay Brunch, you know what this man's capable of.
Yes. More than like, yeah. I'm just glad. Thank God I'm not watching with Nick, because Jesus, the comments that boy's going to be making.
Well, someone has to be the most professional person of this Internet family. Knife edge chop. And right now, Adam Priest with the uppercut, trying to take down Zack Sabre Jr. Of course, Zack Sabre Jr. in a bygone life wasn't really about the power game. It was always about his mat IQ. Nice takeover there by Adam Priest. Gets a 2 count.
Yeah, but Adam Priest is like really like holding his own against Zack. I'm impressed.
Well, I mean, I don't think we should, brush off Adam Priest after all. I mean, we've seen the man, of course, team with the likes of Tommy Billets, and that has to count for something. Overhead parallel kick to the arm, though. 9-year, of course, experienced individual of this game. Calls himself Any Style as a nickname. Says he can adapt to any style. But there are very few that can adapt as vast a style as Zack Sabre Jr. does. Now looking for the joint manipulation and trapping the arm. Oy! Down and stomping on the point of the elbow. And that will literally rip that arm out of its socket.
Yeah, that's what took out Goto that one day. I think I forget what pay-per-view it was, but oh my god, it was gnarly. Actually, it wasn't even a pay-per-view. It was like a special event.
Yeah, I think you're talking about Tanahashi Jam, where Zack Sabre Jr. went into full dickhead mode to beat Hiroki Goto to the point he injured the man and took back the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, and of course went into last year's G1 as the champion. And of course, you all can stay tuned for more G1 Climax Talk with me and Ash do Barry Bracket Breakdown exclusively at Barry for Wrestling and the Simple Man's Brand YouTube channels. And we will be covering the opening day of G1 Climax as well. And of course, Zack Sabre Jr. will be in the G1. Now the draping armbar across the top rope. Shizu Minoru Suzuki. Let's not forget, this man was brought into New Japan through Rev Pro, part of Suzuki-gun underneath the King of Pancrase.
Right.
As this technical classic continues on Collision. Fuck television.
Zack and Suzuki were such a good tag team. Like they were
former Rev Pro British Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, I was about to say they were like so dominant as a tag team in Rev Pro. Like they were like seemingly unstoppable.
And then Ishii came in, my boy.
Yes.
Kind of pissed off at Okada and freaking Puroto Okada taking him out, but you can't keep the Stone Pitbull down for long. And if anyone should know that, it should be freaking Kazuchika Okada. I'm just saying.
Because Okada and Ishii were part of the same faction in Chaos.
That is correct. And a whole different form of chaos is going to be unleashed for sure in that 12-man steel cage match, where again, if Team Mark Briscoe wins, he will get a guaranteed shot at MJF's Triple B, the AEW World Championship. And there is your teams right there. Again, folks, it's a 12-man steel cage match. Team MJF and the entirety of the Don Callis family he invested in versus Team Mark Briscoe. Conglomeration, AEW Trios champions, Darby Allin, and the Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita. That and so much more at Forbidden Door.
So much family drama between the Don Callis family.
Oh, and it goes even deeper than that, Ash. In Mexico, just in a recent tag match, Konosuke wanted nothing to do with his tag partner, Hechicero. And they did get the win, but again, he is pure babyface. He doesn't want nothing to do with the Don Callis family. Of course, the Alchemist is still part of the DCF and the current CMLL Men's World Champion, I believe, after beating Claudio Castagnoli. And of course, Zack Sabre Jr., as we talked about again, we talked about Kenny Omega, best bout machine. Zack Sabre Jr., the best technical wrestler on the planet, deemed by Bryan Danielson himself, who he beat in Osaka, lest you forget, been involved in this business now for 22 years. And is damn near 40 years old.
Yeah.
So, again, folks, you can stay tuned for this and so much more, all happening at the Forbidden Door. And again, we will be covering it here at the Sabre Lab Studios 1 week from Sunday, 1 week from tomorrow. That is Sunday, June 28th, exclusively on pay-per-view from the San Jose, California area. Tickets are still available now if you want to see an incredible interpromotional show of professional wrestling, damn it. Buy into the Forbidden Door today or stay tuned for our coverage here at the Simply Reliable Studios. I mean, again, Ash, you talked about it before. Matches involving each different promotion, not necessarily focus on interpromotional stuff itself. CMLL, NJPW, AEW, AEW New Japan, AEW Stardom, which has been very prolific, especially when Fekla this morning went to Japan and attacked the Stardom president again at conversion. She attacked Toru Okada. And of course, New Japan versus AEW, Death Riders versus the Roughneck, and of course, both finals of our own. Still to come tonight, our main event, of course, Athena versus Maya Rose return to this match. Good Lord. And Adam Priest just wiped out Zack Sabre Jr. and vice versa as both men are down. What a collision. How fitting. Yeah, I realized what I did. And again, folks, you can do all the puns you want using hashtag AEW Collision and let people know what we do here at SR Studios. Be part of the conversation and follow us today and continue to be along with us for all the following action. And again, subscribe today to Bad for Wrestling. Don't be a dickhead. So I see Jerichp back up to his feet. And Priest, though, attacking the leg and the chop and a modified uppercut chop block. Good grief. He's not giving Zack any breaks here, Ash.
I don't think I've seen the Adam Priest singles match. This is my first impression of him, and I'm liking what I'm seeing.
So far, right now, he's tagging it to Zack Sabre, spiking it with that DDT.
Yeah, like really.
The cover here with the new leg, Brad Platson gets a 2 count. Woo! And again, we got so much more specials. Beach Break, Brawl at the Ballpark, Grand Slam Mexico, all ahead here in AEW, and we'll be covering it all, folks. So stay tuned. Now, Zack Sabre Jr. clutching his neck. And now Adam Priest torquing the ankle of Zack Sabre Jr. Priest attacking the lower back, grounding the front man, TMDK, and driving that knee into the canvas. Shades of Serena Deeb in that Serenity lock, but there's no Serenity there. It's really impressive, again, to your point, Ash, how scientific Adam Priest is approaching this match. You can say he can wrestle Lucha Libre, say he can wrestle technical, say he can brawl. That's the reason why he calls him any style. But Zack Sabre Jr., though, trapping the arm. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Ah! And once again, targeting that arm, this time into a hammerlock twist with his legs.
Also doing some damage to his kneecap as well.
Well, I'm about to say, he's torquing his own muscles in his patella. You see the way that Zack Sabre Jr. was just filling out the kneecap there, but you see the way Adam Priest right now. Referee, of course, checking on him. And again, if you have not seen Kenny Omega and Zack Sabre Jr., they've only gone one-on-one one other time in their respective careers, all the way back in G1 Climax 28. Again, the best bout machine versus the frontman of TMDK, the best of the rest of the planet at Forbidden Door.
If you want to see that G1, if you want to see that G1, their G1 match, just go to my Twitter account, my Twitter profile, Shadow Bad Ash, and search up Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr. G1 2010 and click on the link.
Look at you with
the
2018, sorry. No, I mean, it's oh man. Can't dropping it down. This is a hell of a match here, man. Big PK. And of course, we've seen Zack Sabre before in high-profile singles matches in AEW. Kyle O'Reilly, of course, and Bryan Danielson, first two that come to mind for me. And now you see Adam Priest. Can he trap with that leg, though, with that bad arm? You see the way Zack Sabre Jr. is kicking up against that shoulder. Again, Adam Priest, though, relentless on the assault, though, going back to the reverse single leg crab, trying to turn Zack Sabre Jr. over. And Zack turns him around, traps the right arm, and looks to hyperextend the left arm here. Possible Umaplata of sorts here. And oh my gosh, that arm straight out vertical. And that was it immediately, Ash.
I believe that's the Clarky Cat Bad Balloon remix.
Well, again, the man that can lock you 7 different ways from Sunday, Zack Sabre Jr. in fine form tonight against Adam Priest, sending a message to Kenny Omega ahead of next week Sunday. And for that matter, Jungle Jack Perry next week Wednesday.
That poor boy.
They're always never short on words either. A great win heading into Forbidden Door week, and I cannot wait for the kickoff, Ash.
This is one of the many matches I'm looking forward to.
But I always look forward to these two on my screen. All hail Divine Dominion with words for Thunder Rosa. Which made one even worse. She is colossal, yes. The Colossal and the Megasis, deities of professional wrestling. Connor, a sacrificial lamb. Step up or bow down. Divine Dominion, poignant words for Thunder Rosa and the person that she brings forward to the challenge. Will Divine Dominion humble another team? We'll find out very soon here in All Elite Wrestling as we go to another full commercial break. Fuck television. Well, Ash, as we got another full commercial break, let's go ahead and bring people up to speed on what we've seen this evening. Of course, we saw Ciampa take his moment and pound a flash from Jericho. They made the match official for Beach Break, of course. It will be Ciampa versus Jericho one-on-one, pause in front of Jericho's family, at Clearwater, Florida, at Beach Break, which we will be covering. Kris Statlander qualified for Survival of the Fittest for July 1st for the TBS Championship, alongside Persephone Karashida after beating Mina, Shirakawa. Great trios opening encounter as the Elite, Jungle Jet Prey, and Young Bucks in fine form were able to beat the Lethal Twist. And Pac sent Alexander back to where he came from with a vicious pumping bomber clothesline and the Brutalizer. And we've also heard that Divine Dominion, by Thunder Rosa, bucked up to them. She's bringing somebody from CMLL. And of course, this all bleeds into what we're going to next week at the Forbidden Door as we look towards this incredible card. And we also just saw Zack Jr. turn out on Priest, lit into a one-armed man without an ass kicking a contest. That was a great match. And Mistico beat Dante. The Hurt Syndicate are here for business again. This time to hurt people and get paid while doing it. Gold might be the only thing that comes with interest. We got this match made official as Sky Team, Mascot Arata, and Mistico take on the Young Bucks and Unbound Company's New Japan Pro Wrestling, Shigeru Takagi, yes, and Teton in a triple threat freeway tag. Shota Umino will challenge Pac, defending the IWGP Global Championship and his honor and New Japan's honor, being perfectly honest. After assaulting the president again this morning in Japan, Thekla will defend the Women's World Championship against Stardom. Starlight Kid, as Starlight Kid goes through the Forbidden Door for the first time ever and puts the very honor of Stardom on the line as Thekla has declared death to the Wonder World Ring. And of course, as I talked about before, Kenny Omega will go one-on-one with Zack Sabre Jr., and this bat can't help but smile, for the first time ever in AEW, second time ever in their respective careers. Yes. As Mark Briscoe looks for another chance in the AEW World Championship against MJF, Team MJF versus Team Mark Briscoe. Team Mark Briscoe wins, he gets a guaranteed shot, and this will take place inside a fucking, cause why not, steel cage, you bloody crazy loons. We also got the Dogs challenging Cage and Cope for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, while the Bang Bang Gang looks to spay and neuter them. Again, I don't think that works like that, but I'm not a doctor. I'm not a veterinarian. I'm also not going to judge it because it's already weird enough sounding as it is. And, of course, also at Forbidden Door, we will see who goes all in across both Owen Hart Foundation tournaments as our men's one is set. The most dangerous, Swerve Strickland versus the man with a dream for his country, looking to elevate himself this year, not on an ascension, but finally a career-long accomplishment. Swerve Strickland goes one-on-one with Will Ospreay, and Jericho backstage right now, bloody, battered, and bruised, might have a painful message for Ciampa here. Oh, you don't think he's going to bring the painkiller, do you? The painmaker, do you?
Possibly against Ciampa.
I don't know how wise that is for either man, but being perfectly honest with you, Ash. And we also, of course, know that John Moxley will defend the Intercontinental Championship against Bandito after after Brodito beat John Moxley and Daniel Garcia at the Death Friars this Wednesday in a heated collision on Dynamite. With that being said, as you all tune in, all 100 plus of you, thank you so much once again. Please subscribe, comment, tell a friend. It's Mina time on Collision as we determine the finals for this year's Women's Owen Hart Foundation Tournament as the CEO Mercedes Moné punched her ticket against Suzuki in an incredible match this past Wednesday. Athena looks to finally ascend to make this Athena Elite Wrestling one step closer, this time participating in the finals of this year's Owen Foundation Tournament. But to do that, she has to get through her greatest student and probably her most dangerous foe, Maya World. Time for our semifinals, Ash. Here we go.
Yeah, Athena has like a lot to prove herself, especially because she got eliminated first round last year. It would be like quite the redemption for her if she makes it to the finals.
But
1 year later.
Right? And of course, we got student versus mentor here as Lexi Nair gives us the big fight field play-by-play here as you see the Owen Hart Foundation trophy behind her. As we look to see this year who joins the names Lugalama, Mariah May in a bygone life, forever dead, rip. Mercedes Moné, Willow Nightingale, and of course, Thunderbreaker DMD, as of course, this year will be the 5th ever Women's Own Up This Tournament winner. And of course, Maya World was a write-in, Ash. She was an upset over Sky Blue, who was originally going to face Saray, the Sun God, but Saray was not medically cleared. And Maya World, despite the fact she faced family tragedy, she stepped up to the plate and is doing this for her brother that got her into this path of professional wrestling. Stiff count on top here as this match is underway.
Yeah, the Sky Blue versus Maya World match, that was pretty good. I was really impressed by Maya World. I mentioned like I could see her becoming TBS champion in the near future because she was that damn impressive.
Well, Athena knows how impressive she is. Like I said, being her training partner, her trainer, her mentor. It's literally mentor for student here. And Athena and Maya World have already faced each other twice in Ring of Honor. And Athena has only had one match in the Proving Ground go to the 10-minute draw, and it was against this very woman who challenged her following that for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship and nearly won it. And she was also the last woman in Survival of the Fittest that Athena eliminated to hold on to that title at Supercard of Honor. The drop down by Athena, cartwheel escape by Maya World, the It Girl, trained, of course, out of Texas. Cartwheel escape by Athena. Maya World, by the way, current VIP Women's Champion, 2-time Women's Champion. Athena bridging out of the cover. Goes down for the lateral. Maya bridging out, up and over. And we know how proficient she is in the ring, but she also has that same moxie and spunk that Athena shows. Nice modified pinning takeover here. Both these women looking for the trap hold right now. Could have a flash spin anywhere. And there's your answer, Ash. Thunder Rosa and Olympia will challenge Divine Dominion for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships on the buy-in. Wow. That's a hell of a partner. All the power. If you don't know who Olympia is, folks, you can go back and watch the Amazone CMLL special on CMLL and see how strong Olympia was as an opponent against Megan Bain earlier this year. Both went with the same idea and a stalemate off the drop kick. Oh, that Athena falls with the thrust. Woof. Good grief. That dead even exchange there from the bell, Ash. Finally,
that was
at
like
a moment of change after Athena clocked her.
Like it's like a nice game of one-upmanship. Like anything you can do, I can do as well.
And Maya World looking for the Tiger. Fake kick connects. And how fitting both these Texan proud women, of course, fighting for this in Texas. Hip toss, takeover, cartwheel, drop kick, follow through by Maya World. The It Girl looking to be the girl going all in this year at Wembley Stadium to challenge for the AEW Women's World Championship. And again, to your point, second consecutive year that Athena's in the tournament, Ash. And could this be her year? Last year at Forbidden Door, she challenged Tommaso Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship and lost via submission.
Yeah, that was a pretty solid match. I had so much fun watching it.
We called it. Oh, man, clocked her with that elbow.
I don't think I didn't call Forbidden Door with you guys because I was working that day.
I think you did because you called Nigel McGuinness and Zack Sabre Jr. And cannonball off the apron. Well, we'll look back at the archives later. Athena rose through and golly!
I remember talking about it during that following shenanigans.
That's fair. Well, you're going to talk about the winner after this conversation, but after that lethal face-to-face confrontation with Maya World on those mats, can Maya World be the finalist here tonight? Stay tuned. We got a full commercial break. Fuck television. Damn, that was a hell of a takeover. That clutch takeover that Athena gets to set up people for the Koji clutch. Didn't go for the Koji clutch. Instead, just literally planted her face first on the outside on those mats there to protect the building, not the participants. And Athena, by the way, will literally ascend 1,300 plus days now as the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion after surviving Shuri at Global Wars Cincinnati.
Damn, that's quite the long title reign.
37 successful title defenses and over 23 proving grounds prevailed, with only one draw, as I said, to Maya World. It's literally a coin toss with these two.
It makes you wonder, like, who do they have for her? Like, who is ready to dethrone Athena and who can?
You might want to add interest to that who and say from where, because she's being everybody from every platform across the whole world in Ring of Honor. When it's outside Ring of Honor, though, that's when she falters. Again, Shuri was able to beat her in the New Beginning in the Cerulean Blue, but when it came to Ring of Honor, Athena defended her turf. Nearly lost an arm in the process. But that goes to show the driven determination of Athena still being the forever minion overlord and Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. And now she wants to turn all Elite Wrestling into her domain. Athena Elite Wrestling. But the only way she could do that is if she wins the AEW Women's World Championship, an accolade that has eluded even Mercedes Moné.
Yeah, it's true, because Mercedes has yet to become AEW Women's Champion because she's already been TBS champion, and there's only one level up from there, and that's the Women's World title.
And she tried that at the expense of Kris Statlander even last year. In fact, she had 2 chances last year for that title, and she lost both.
Yeah, and this might be the Owen Hart Tournament is her last opportunity, and coincidentally enough, the Owen Hart Women's trophy belt is her last title she has because she doesn't have any more titles.
It's almost like she came back with a humbler version of her theme, but not a humbler version of herself, as she has rampaged her way to the finals through Alex Windsor and Azuki. They were not easy nights at the office, though, but she still was able to prevail, tapping out Azuki and trapping Alex Windsor. And Athena, of course, she punched her ticket here into the semifinals after, of course, beating Mina Shirakawa once again, which we saw at Double or Nothing. Now ascending up to the ropes as Maya World meets Athena and Kind. Again, we took our last commercial break here, folks. We will stay in this match as long as it takes to get a winner to a finalist here on Collision between Athena and Maya World. Nasty superplex. Now Maya World on the move, runs in with the uppercut. Of course, Maya World and High End both became all elite together as a tag team and have taken every opportunity they could. Cover, hook on the far leg. It's a 2 count. And High End, of course, was successful, was a great outing against a former friend in Marvelous Wrestling. And, of course, Rhea Mara. Nice scissors takeover there by Maya World. Athena might be out on her feet. Victory roll, Maya World. Wrestling double stomp. Not sure she got all of it, though, Ash.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, Maya World's keeping the momentum going. This is good for her.
Yeah. She's like giving Athena no breathing room at all.
Off the second rope, beautiful moonsault. Cover is enough. Hook the leg. And a 2 count, says referee Mike Posey. That was a high-end landing on the superplex. Wasn't able to actually grab the leg in the process until late in the cover. And Maya World right now trying to grab Athena off the ropes. Athena used a version of Everything is Evil, by the way, that STO on Maya World prior to this night when she assaulted from behind. Schoolgirl by Athena gets a 2 count. And Maya trying to hook Athena up. What is this? Athena able to escape. Maya rolls through again. Sunset flip. Athena, though, able to forward fall through. Cover 2. Hoisting up Maya. Powerbomb set out. Cover. Ring of Vince kick out. Oof. A weak kick out, but still a kick out nonetheless, Ash.
Yeah, like she's good. Yeah, Maya's like giving it her all here.
Well, I mean, when you're motivated by such an unpredictable circumstance like losing a family member, and you still are doing this because you remember, oh, that love that your family member inside you for this, that's an even greater asset. Kick out at 2 off that beautiful cutter.
Yeah, that was like out of nowhere too.
I mean, you figure about it again, Sky Blue was not prepared to take on Maya World that night. She might have underestimated her, and Maya World busted everybody's brackets. Where maybe thought Sky Blue would be in this conversation still, or the situation. In fact, they even said that she hoped that Sky Blue would be the one. Oh, Widow's Peak, curb stop. Now trapping the shoulders, modified roll-on. Maya able to escape. Somehow Maya is still in this match, and I have no idea how. The It Girl looking to become that girl, and I'm not talking about the 1960s sitcom from your local TV screens, folks. Athena up to the top rope, looking for the old face. Maya World able to scout it. Rolls back inside, though. Catching Athena. Faraway slam, bridging over, still maintains hold of Athena through it. Look at the strength. Maya World again with the Dante pin, and Athena able to escape.
I don't think I've seen anyone do that before. That was really cool.
And Maya literally grabbing Athena, follow through off the fallaway slam, never let go of her body, and still went for the pin. Strong pin, by the way. Great modified pin combination.
That was wicked how she was able to maintain control like that.
And right now, Maya World, swing and a miss. Athena able to escape again. And also coming Wednesday, we will see Will Ospreay renew hostilities mutually against a former friend in ELP. The Death Riders and Trios action. Conducted Casio will defend the AEW National Championship against Ricochet. And we also will see Swerve Strickland versus Daniel Garcia and Karina Manada and Red Velvet will fight in a Survival of the Fittest TBS Championship qualifying match as Marina Shafir. Oh, shit. We'll go one-on-one with Harley Cameron for the other spot of the Survival of the Fittest qualifying match.
Poor Harley. Poor Harley.
Which one?
Poor Harley Cameron.
Ash, I sense disaster.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
shit. Damn right on the fucking spine.
Choke slam on the barricade of Maya World. What the fuck?
Jesus, that was nasty.
And what a stat dash show that's coming Wednesday on Dynamite, by the way, for the go home.
Right.
And that might have been the death note for what might have been for many people as Cinderella Dreamers. Look at the replay. Gosh!
Damn.
Ooh, took the word out of my mouth, Ash. You might as well draw a chalk line in Maya World. Call her a freaking victim. Up to 5 right now. Everybody posing. Athena looks like she will gladly take a count out here. Maya somewhat stirring. Can she get to her feet? Can she grab the apron and get back in the ring before the 10 count? Up to 8. Maya struggling. Up to 9. Referee's count to 9. Athena, though. Well, clearly Athena with a sense of... Apparently Athena didn't want to win by count out, it seems. Again, is she looking for a statement? Is she impressed by her student?
This might end up costing Athena.
And the pride of a champion. But again, also as the teacher, you want to see your student push you beyond even your own limits. I think Athena wants to see that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she is a Women of Honor champion. She wants to do things as honorable as possible, I assume.
And Maya World's her greatest student. Yeah.
Even though she is no stranger to taking shortcuts either, but she still does it.
Like, but look at Maya World, though. Teeing off here, Ash, to your point, a new fire lit inside her. My word.
Right?
Athena instigating her challenger here and seeing what her pupil is made of. A German suplex. Hold her over like accordion. Maya World back up to her feet, though, and Athena falls in. Cartwheel elbow. And Athena is feeling it right now, Ash. To your point, might be one face away from punching her ticket through that forbidden door and kicking it in. Oh, thanks, Knox. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. Your funds is no.
Even Athena's surprised that she's kicked out.
What the hell? How the hell did Maya World kick out of that? I can only name on one hand how many people survived the offense. And Maya World just did that. Showing and proving the quality of a champion here tonight. Is Maya World, that girl, put her in the conversation, folks, of maybe a future world champion, like something like that. Or maybe a Honor World champion.
That's possible.
That was Athena too, Ash.
Well, that could be something.
Oh, the fun! It's like Kratos too! Oh!
I was about to say, if Maya World does beat Athena, does that earn her a possible Women of Honor championship match?
But you gotta consider the pride of Athena. If she loses tonight, she's not gonna be able to look herself in the mirror. And Athena right now squaring up against Maya World. Might be looking for the kill shot here. That fist clenched. Maya tucked underneath. Roll up. Trap. Fatal pin two. Maya World did it! Maya World did it! Maya World did it! I don't believe it! The biggest upset we've ever seen!
Even she can't believe it either. If Maya herself can't believe it either.
I can't fucking believe it! That inside leg cradle pin just punched Maya World's ticket to the forbidden door. It's Maya Ware versus Mercedes Moné for the Owen Hart Foundation Championship.
Wouldn't it be something if Maya World ended up winning the tournament?
Well, we very well will find out 1 week from tomorrow, Ash, as our finals are set, and Athena is out again. And look at this, though. Athena embracing Maya World. She couldn't be prouder of the lengths that her greatest student went to tonight, especially with the circumstances that came from it. Athena humble tonight, but here's somebody far from humble, Ash. To your point, the only piece of gold she has left on her shoulder and her only route left towards the one thing that's eluded her career in AEW, as our finals now are set. Again, they earned that belt. It's not a freaking piece of clothing you just wear.
Right? This is the only title she has left. Her one last defense, her one last shot of becoming AEW Women's Champion.
There's a lot of pride here in more ways than one, though, when it comes to all three of these incredible athletes, though. And even Mercedes Moné has to respect what Maya World chose to do in pursuing this opportunity that was presented to her. Only one of them can win, though. Mercedes Moné, Maya World, one-on-one, Forbidden Door, Owen Hart Foundation Tournament. One of these women, oh, God, we'll go all in. And I knew Athena was going to be apoplectic after what happened. Let's not forget Athena and Mercedes Moné trying to take AEW over together, Ash. For God's sakes, Athena, can you for once show a fucking conscience? And once again, these two finding themselves a common enemy here, making Maya World an expense of their bullying. Well, again, as Maya World right now is trapped in the statement maker, and that very well might be a sign of things to come, as Athena laughs like a treasured cat, saying, Maya World, your time's up. The clock hits midnight. Again, we got Stat Dynamite, Swerve Strickland versus Daniel Garcia, Kenosis the Kevin versus Ricochet, AEW International Championship. ELP will go one-on-one with Will Ospreay, and the Death Friars will be in trios action. That and so much more on the go home as this collision brings itself to a conclusion. But on behalf of Ash, I'm the Seminole Foster, and we will see you in about an hour for the Saturday Shenanigans. But if we don't see you then, until the next time we are on your screen or in your X or YouTube feed, on behalf of my baddie Canadian friend with the Blade Techers, make a buzz impact in life. Have a good night. This has been one hell of a professional wrestling delight. That was AEW Collision, and we hope to see you next time here very soon, where the best wrestle, and where we continue to bring you the most reliable wrestling coverage. We are the Ciampa Studios, and I thank you all once again for tuning in. Go Genyo, sayonara, Ash, arigato.